Welcome back to Big Red Weekly, everybody. My name's Daniel, and let's get straight into this video. Now, Suns Clippers Game 3. I already made this video once. I'm doing it again because my first video ran close to 20 minutes, and I'm not trying to upload a video that long. So I'm trying to do everything I did, but a little bit shorter because I also know people don't want to listen to me talk for 20 minutes. So before I really get started into this video, though, if you haven't subscribed to me already, please do so. If you like my videos, obviously, please subscribe, share the videos with your friends, anybody who you think might be interested in hearing, and listening about the NBA. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat, because I can hear my cat, and I don't know if it can be picked up by the microphone. But okay, let's get into this game recap, Game 3 recap. So this game was super weird. Clippers, they were passing more out of necessity than to really kind of, initiate offense. They were just doing, 1-2 passes, put up a shot, and they just, they weren't hitting that well, but the Suns were even colder. Booker and CP cannot get a shot, cannot make anything to save their lives. Either of them, they couldn't buy a shot. So as a result of that, the Suns offense suffered. So ending the first quarter, it was 21-29 the Clippers. Paul George wasn't hitting much in the first quarter either. He started guarding Booker towards the end of it. Ayton was really great. I thought he was going to end up going off. He started the first quarter 5 for 6, 10 points. Paul George came out the second quarter, still sticking on Booker. He wanted to guard him. He did not want to let Booker go off for any reason. But Booker wasn't. He was like 1 of 9 or like 2 of 10 maybe for the first half. But Suns looked great. Their transition defense looked great. Their just defense overall looked great. Just what happened was their offense was just so bad tonight that it didn't matter, that the Clippers still stayed ahead anyway, just because they could still make shots even with great defense more than the Suns were making with just not great. I wouldn't say bad defense, just average defense by the Clippers. Cam Johnson's great. Cam Johnson's become one of my favorite players on the Suns. He just comes in, he gives great energy. He moves great without the ball. He's just always ready to play. There was a fast break with him and Torrey Craig in the second quarter, and it just he comes out, he'll get offensive rebounds too, because he's like 6'8", but he'll come out and he'll fight for rebounds. He'll play great defense. He'll at least give all his effort on defense. He's not an amazing defender, but he's passable. He's definitely not a liability, but you can definitely always tell when he comes out, he just always gives that great energy, and he's really just becoming one of my favorite players. The Suns, like I said, the first half, they look great. They fight for 50-50 balls. They get offensive rebounds, and their offense just, they just weren't hitting shots, and that was their biggest problem. But they started to pull away. Booker ended up giving the Suns their official first lead of the game in the second quarter, but the Suns ended up being up 48-46 in the first half. Cam Payne got hurt, so he hurt his ankle, so he did not come back the rest of the game. The Suns ended up losing, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but it was pretty clear. This was overall just not a great game by the Suns. I don't know how to emphasize it more, but this first half I thought was great. I thought this game was going to end way differently than it did, but Suns flipped the switch because they turned out even horrible. They said horrible offense. Well, let's double it up with horrible defense, because the Terrence Mann started off the third quarter with 8 points, took an early 56-53 lead. And then what happens? 21-3 run to follow that. The Clippers just look like they wanted it more. They look like the team that comes back down from 0-2, unfortunately. And they capitalized not only on playing great offense, they started moving the ball more, but their defense picked up a little bit too. So even the Suns could hit a few shots, but honestly, their offense was just terrible. The fact that the Suns scored 92 points tonight, final score was 92-106. 92 points. The fact that they still scored that many is honestly, it's surprising, because their offense was so bad. I honestly thought both teams were going to be under 100 points. at the end of this game, but I was obviously wrong with the Clippers. So, they were up. PG ends up hitting the half-court buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter to give the Clippers an 80-61 lead, and then nothing really stops in the fourth quarter. I thought the Suns clawed back a little bit. There was like a 4-minute stretch, 3 or 4 minute stretch where the Suns went on a 12-0 lead. I think that was to really start the um, fourth quarter. And so with 7 minutes left, it was 83-89. So 6-point game. I'm thinking, okay, Suns just need to make like one or two, even if they're just mid-range or layups, all of a sudden it's going to be a 1 or 2 possession game and they're right back in it. But nope. Clippers end up retaliating, go on a little 5-0 run, boosted back up to an 11-point lead, 83-94, with 6 minutes left, and then it's just history from there. Suns collapse. Chris Paul hit a few mid-range shots, but he had some uncharacteristic couple turnovers in this game. Let's just go over to the box score overall because, yeah, like I said, the Suns they ended up losing by like 20, 92-106. That's only a 14-point lead. So my bad, 14-20. And honestly, it might as well just be 30 because I don't really care because they just played horribly. They should have probably gotten blown out. If the Clippers offense wasn't so terrible in the first half, the Clippers definitely would have just blown away the Suns. Or the Suns just didn't come out with the great defense that they did. Clippers, Paul George ended with 27 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, top it off with a steal. His percentages don't look that great because he started off this game horrible. But he bounced back in the second half. So if you just take his second half performance, he had a great game with great percentages. But he played some great defense as well. So I can't excuse his first half just because he ended up having a better second half. Reggie Jackson had a great game, 23 points and 3 assists. He shot pretty much 53% overall from the field. 50% from 3. He made 2 of 4. Zubac, nice game. He chipped in with 15 points, 16 rebounds. Terrence Mann, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Patrick Beverley, 8 points, 6 rebounds. I guess before I go on, yeah, I got to admit, Patrick Beverley played some pretty good defense tonight. I just don't like giving Patrick Beverley his props. That's just the only thing. He really bothered Booker a lot. I think Booker just had more of a terrible game than Patrick Beverley's defense was affecting him. But nonetheless, Patrick Beverley played some excellent defense tonight. He was really just trying to be a pest, and he did it. He did it successfully today. He only had 2 personal fouls, so he played pretty smart. Over on Phoenix's side, Booker had 15, 5 and 5. I'm not even going to read the percentages because they are just horse. Trying not to curse. I'm trying to leave that for farther down the line, but we'll kind of. They're bad. His percentages are bad. So Chris Paul, 15 points, 12 assists. His percentages are bad. Ayton, he started off 5 of 6 in the first quarter, 10 points. He finished with 18 points. 18 points. He only had 8 points in the rest of the 3 quarters following the first. So 9 rebounds for him as well. Jay Crowder had 9 and 6. Mikal Bridges chipped in with 13 and 6. Cam Johnson had 12. It wasn't a good game for, Ayton needed to step up. I thought the biggest takeaway, not the biggest takeaway, I shouldn't say that. My one takeaway from this game is that Ayton should have been dominant. He had a 24-14 performance last game in game 2. He should have came out, said, "Give me the ball. I'm ready. I'm ready to dominate." And I thought he was getting ready to with that fight when he started out 5 of 6, but that just didn't end up happening. Good job, Clippers. Their offense really clicked in the second half. And the Suns just pretty much quit. I don't know what to say about that. They just didn't look like the Suns team from the rest of this from the previous rest of the season. I don't know. I'm counting on them rebounding back in game 4. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Hopefully, Campaign gets better and his ankle injury isn't too severe. And I hope D-Book and CP get out of the shooting slump because if they're gonna win this series, D-Book and CP can't be scoring the basketball like this. They got to pick it up. Ayton got to be more dominant. He's got to demand the ball more. And honestly, after that, I think everybody else will just follow suit. I really do, because Cam Johnson did his job. Mikal Bridges, even though he shot pretty well, he only shot 2 of 5. I'd like for him to make 3 of 5, but 2 of 5 is fine. That's 40%. He shot overall 62.5% from the field, but he only took 8 shots. So he did his job. Everyone really kind of did their job. Everyone kind of shot poorly, with the exception of Aiden and Bridges, and Johnson. But when 3 players, shoot well out of everybody else, then it's not really, it's just not a good look. Booker went 5 of 21, so you're not going to win going like that. And he didn't. He was passing the ball okay at first, but I mean, ultimately, this was just a bad game by the Suns. So keep up for the video for Atlanta Milwaukee game 2. Game 2 starting tomorrow night. You'll be seeing this video Friday morning, which is the morning of game 2 for the Eastern Conference Finals. That recap will be going out on Saturday morning, so just stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said before, please like and subscribe. Constructive criticism, positive feedback, leave that all in the comments. And other than that, thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.